you can make your way to a mayoral building. It appears to actually probably beneficially for you. A lot of these things seem to be attached. You can see what appears to be a mayoral building. Judging by signage, there's like some kind of sheriff's office attached, and it's pretty big, so you might even be able to find records in there.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, let me go in first. I'll make sure there's nothing gonna immediately smash us. Aaron's gonna go in and just make sure that it's not full of monsters.
Or
Every
traps.
You what?
Or traps.
No, I'm talking about JMac.
Uh,
yeah, no traps, thankfully, within the mayoral building. For the most part, everything in here is in quite good condition. It appears the rune crabs, well, they're, sort of fighty. They're doing their job at least. There's none in there currently. You can all kind of safely file and get to looking about. It appears for the most part there is the main mayor's office. There's an attached kind of record slash library space, and then there's also the sheriff's office. There's also another sort of office that you're not quite sure what it is, but it appears to be some important person, judging from just its location.
hmm.
Sort of like not next to, but near the mayor's office.
Hmm. Let's give that a look.
Sure. So Silas is checking
You
out the
know,
unknown office.
I think I'm gonna go into the unknown office too, because I have a theory that we have the mayor creating the law, sheriff enforcing the law, and I imagine this last one, considering the magocracy that this place is, it probably has something to do with magic.
Could be like Freyr and have a high alchemist or the alchemist. I'll go in there as well.
Aaron as well. Anyone else?
Ipos will search the record, going off his previous knowledge of what vaguely the writing looks like and hoping to find some sort of like map or record, something important.
Okay. Aaron and move. Or Lana move, I mean.
Lana's probably gonna follow Ipos, only because this is not her forte.
And there's not a lot Wolf can do really here, I don't know.
Fair enough.
Keep an eye out?
Sure, he can keep an eye out in case anything comes along. Just so I know who's going where. Okay, Silas, Ash, and Aaron can file into the unknown office, and just immediately entering, your first kind of suspicion seems to be correct. There's some kind of like enshrined on the wall, like a very large symbol. It appears to be a wreath of some kind with the face of a screaming woman in the middle.
Dear.
Huh.
The woman
That's
doesn't look fearful or in pain, but she looks impassioned.
hmm. Ping.
Yep, that's significant.
Well then, that's interesting.
What flavour of significance?
Yeah.
What does the screaming lady taste like?
Reverence.
Ah. Okay. Silas will.
Also, little undertone of anger.
Okay. Yeah. Silas will sort of. Ah. Okay. I see. Seems to be an object of worship or something like that.
Hmm.
Not the most.
Flattering?
Something seems. No, it's more that there's a tinge of anger in there, which I'm not certain.
Resentment, maybe?
What from?
I don't know,
Really?
maybe it's the symbol of whoever was ruling the land and, you know, possibly just some laws they didn't agree with?
Potentially. Could also have been. This could be like the office of a subordinate, and so you have a bit
Well,
of.
speculation will only get you so far.
Yeah. Silas is going to sort of get a closer look at it, see if there'd be any problems with just taking it.
Well, for the most part, no, but it's kind of big. It's like, I'm trying to think of it, like beach ball sized, but not like width, just like how tall it is. It's like a big reef.
Okay, perfect. Then he'll take it off and hand it to Mint and basically
Per
help
Mint.
strap it onto Mint's backpack.
Mint was purchased as a pack mule.
You do
I know, but
realize
he's like teeny tiny, and he's carrying like this big ass, medium sized bow of his huge
Yeah,
wreath.
he's got a big old backpack to put it all in.
you know if he falls over, he's gonna turtle himself, right?
And that is why I'm always ready to help him up.
Oh,
You mean make one of us help him up?
No. I am pompous and important, but I'm not heartless. Remember that. I
Oh,
care for my servants.
wow.
Today I learned
What kind of noble would you be if you didn't?
a normal one.
oof.
Those nobles are. I'll not get into it right now.
For
Good.
the most part, the rest of this office, well, all the other kind of areas you went for have had the pipes and maybe a little bit of machinery and such kind of running through it. It's notably not present within this office. Most of the records which they have are just kind of plain paper. There's books and bookshelves along the walls. There's also more of those pots that you found before in that chapel, stylizing different things, events, perhaps performances and such. Not the creatures, but pots the same.
Religious leader, apparently.
Yes, seems so.
Should I get Alana? She knows more about this crap.
Yeah, most likely. It seems
Alright, I'll go get her.
I was never much of the religious type.
Nor am I.
Oh, flashing over to the records. Epos and Lana. There's a lot of books here. There's a lot of books, scrolls, probably other method or other types of recording data. There's also a large terminal in the center, but it appears to be broken. Strangely, it appears as someone's like came over with a very big hammer, smashed it in the middle a bunch, and went, "My job is done here," and walked away.
Damn it, Wolf.
Probably not Wolf.
Yeah, no, he just got here.
Okay, well, searching this place, like I say, primary concern is some form of map of the city or something like that. Otherwise, important looking shit.
Sure, give me a perception. Unless you have some other
Could I
librarian
could I
skill.
argue linguistics?
Sure.
Seeing as I'm
You know,
literally reading stuff,
You know a library system.
and I'm trying to translate this ancient language.
It's more just because you're looking for stuff. I was thinking.
26.
Sure. Okay. You don't find a map per se, but you find like kind of city planning records and stuff like that. Enough so that if you wanted to find a particular sort of building, you could probably find it.
We
It's
don't
not-
have a map to where it is, but sort of the district is that way. It'll be in this sort of area.
That sort of thing. You also notice there's other sort of facilities here that you probably wouldn't normally find in a city. One thing appears to point to like some kind of main power station for the entirety of the walking city.
Hmm.
There's a few other backup stations and such like that, but it appears to run off of one main power source.
I'm just going to assume Ipos understands some of that and will throw it at Evan when he finds her.
That's fair.
But he's taking everything that's been mentioned, basically.
That's fair. Shoving it into his bag.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, you can find some what appear to be important looking documents if you just want to take them for the purpose of being like, hey, we found this.
Yeah, basically. And anything that looks important or interesting is just going in the bag for later.
Sure. Just note down however many pounds worth of book you want to take.
How much can I dump off on other people? How much carrying capacity does Alana have?
No. Alana has 7 strength. I'm sorry, she has 8. I lied.
How much carrying capacity does Wolf have?
Dark.
Why should Wolf carry anything?
I'm trying to find out how many books and stuff I can foist off on other people to carry for me.
Wolf's not interested in carrying around loads of books.
I mean, it's important class stuff. Damn it, Wolf, you used to like me.
Oh, that means I have to calculate the rest of my carry capacity, which I have to redo. So right now, I know I'm in my light load still, but I don't know by how much.
Yeah, same. I've got like half a pound of light load left. I mean,
Actually, I'm probably not even in my load. I'm probably in my medium load, which is fine because I'm wearing medium armor. But so same thing. But
yeah. Well, I'll
Sure,
say for now I'll carry like, I don't know, £10 and we can walk out shuffling it between people later.
Yeah. is probably if Slider here is when Thingamabob would come grab Thingamabob.
He's not here, but we can pretend.
Sure. Oh, hello, Alana. No, I did that voice for Aaron.
I don't want to pretend anymore.
That's fair.
My immersion is broken.
To give context, though, right now, Tinder, I'm currently carrying 91 pounds of equipment.
You crazy motherfucker. And that's your
I'm
light
a
load?
strength-based character.
Damn.
So Alana's looking over some religious nonsense.
Appears so. There's a lot of text, pots, that sort of thing within this office that we found.
I do have to know, though, 14 pounds of that stuff is just food.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, that's a nature deity, which, you know, matches up with everything else that you've heard.
Could I nature it if it's a nature deity?
No, I'm afraid not.
I knew it was stretching.
But yeah, you definitely think this is probably like perhaps a judicial office for like for a high priest or something. So you don't know if they like use that a lot. You don't know what would be stored here, and presumably some of it's important if you just want to swipe it into a bag and take it away.
Should probably look into what do you think is the most important. Given her not one, I have no idea what she'd think that would be, but
Could try an appraise check to the most valuable thing.
I mean, sure. I mean, I have some. Oh, okay.
Damn. It's +4 for you. Alana would probably guess some scrolls based on their value per weight. These would probably be the more valuable things. They're like painted scrolls that depict what appear to be ceremonies that they might carry out. They'd probably be good for either a mark or even if you just wanted to sell them as some kind of fancy art gathering. So far, Alana's noting that a lot of her kind of history, especially or the religious component of her history, appears to be visual. She even kind of noted that back with the book on Fae Tales, there's a lot of diagrams kind of depicting like different types of Fae, how certain setups should like dances to maybe appease them. There's a very visual component to how they what's the word I'm looking for?
How they
Paper
spread
dues?
information.
Yeah, that too. But like, there appears to be a very visual-based culture over like written records
So,
or even anything else.
What I'm gathering from this is the general peasantry cannot read. So, you know, all the important shit gets written down in drawing form, so you know, anyone can understand it.
Which is convenient for us.
Yeah.
Of course, not every single thing we do, but a decent majority of it. Of course, who knows the wisdom of putting your history on pots.
Yeah, that's... I suppose it'd be useful if they decide to change their history. They can just smash up the pots and make new ones.
And this, well, Rome had a lot of like very artistic pots, I think. We still find them in digs and everything.
Yeah.
Greece definitely did. I'm not sure about Rome.
I mean, there is literally an epic poem. Well, no, it's not an epic poem. A poem written about a Grecian urn called "Ode to a Grecian Urn." So,
Yeah,
you know, Greece is pretty up there in terms of we use pots, more likely urns and stuff like that for that kind of thing.
What you're saying is the Greek like pot.
Yes.
Yes.
I paid attention sometimes in my classes.
Where does wheat come from?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Alana nat 1 to knowledge religion for your special thing.
But then I
Nice.
appraised, so it's fine.
Yeah, so she took some fanciful scrolls with like pictures depicting ceremonies. Ipos is basically grabbing like £10 of various shit from the records. Found like a city layout so we can find rough areas of things we want. And he'll basically come up to Aaron, shove some paper in front of her and going, "Ooh, look, found thingy for you." He's pointing at it and seems to be like some sort of city. I hesitate to say blueprint because it wouldn't be that detailed, but it seems to show how most of the like power in the city comes from a central point with little like outlaying relays dotted around.
It's a power grid. I know what this is. I Silverwick had some. Not Silverwick. I say Silvermount had something similar. More mana conduits. This seems to be some form of electric.
He looks at you blankly. It looked like your sort of thing. Thought you'd like
It
to
is,
look.
yeah. Okay. You're right. Most of the power seems to be coming from a central point. Do we want to go there? I will warn you. I don't know where these things go to like recharge if they do.
He shrugs.
If all the constructs go to that central point to recharge, that would be bad. Unless they have some form of distribution system. I don't know.
I mean, like I say, it was showing like outlying outposts, if you like, as well, like relay stations, I guess.
Okay, so they could probably be used as the power-up points. Does anyone else have anywhere else they would want to go?
Well, there's still like the, I guess, sheriff's office in this current building to look through if we want to, and there was
Yeah,
like
we
the
should do that before we leave.
There was like you were after like a maintenance shed kind of place.
Yeah, but now that I know where his power grid is, I know where the maintenance sheds are.
Meanwhile, Ash just kind of, wants some of the more decorative objects and jewelry, those kinds of things. So,
With how much you've travelled today and how much time you've probably spent in here, it's getting to the time where you probably want to start looking for a place to rest. Though you could check out the sheriff's office before you leave.
Yeah. Do you think it would be possible for us to like board up part of the sheriff's office?
Well, ironic that you say that, because as you come to the sheriff's office, you know that the door is actually locked, and as you can, like, you probably went to go, like, push it open, you hear the jangling of chains on the other side.
Well, that's nice.
Interesting.
Not
Aaron-
good.
So,
Aaron's gonna poke a mirror through, like, because you hear the jangling of chain. So does it open like a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah. So Aaron's gonna poke a mirror through there to see what if it's like a here do anything.
Yeah, it appears to be, like, it's just been, like, chained shut with a kind of pull against the door. Think, and try to, what are those things called? Where it's like you drop the, like, wooden bit down, but then the chain's, like, tied to something else to make sure the wooden bit can't come loose.
I know what you're talking about, but it's
Wait,
like
no, that
barring
won't
the
work
door.
because it's push through.
Yeah, like
Basically, the door is barred.
doors
Okay.
barred and chains stop the bar being lifted.
Yeah. I can't open this. Well, I can't open this. I could prepare something for you guys to be able to push on to open it. Maybe. I don't know.
Is there any other way in? Can you see window, door?
Aaron's gonna just sort of wiggle the mirror around to see if. I mean, that is an option. Give you a second here, Wolf.
yes, let's try and not break down the door, because if it's barred on that side, then it's likely we'll be able to use that as a resting place.
Aaron, with you wiggling your mirror underneath, the room's pretty dim, but there's one thing you can kind of see in there that immediately grabs your attention before you look at anything else. There's another there's a very small terminal compared to ones that you've seen so far, and there's a flashing blue light on it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention, in the records room, there was a terminal in there, but it was smashed. It looks like someone had taken something very heavy to it until it stopped working.
Well, there's one that's working in here.
But as for access points, there's no windows. There's a door that appears to have like led to the front of the building, but that likewise has had a bunch of shit piled up against it. There is like a vent on the ceiling that someone small enough could probably crawl through for another room.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Ipos starts looking for other vents, I guess.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, look for a
God damn it.
vent. Yeah, I can get to the other side if there's a vent. This is gonna suck. Oh god, what if I run into a little construct in there? That's gonna.
There is in fact other Ash looking. Yeah, there's ports on the ceiling. It might be a bit hard to get up there. They're about 15 foot up. I hope someone has a ladder. Alternatively, I don't know, you can form a human ladder.
Okay.
Just throw air in, it'll be fine.
How big is the vent? Does it look like a small sized creature would still have to escape artist to fit through?
It looks like it'd be too tight for a medium creature, but a small sized creature wouldn't have to squeeze, but it'd be slow going through.
Yeah,
does anybody have a grappling hook?
I have a grappling hook. Give me a second. Silas, could you yank down that grate so I can actually get the grappling hook hooked on something?
I will attempt to, and I'll try and mage hand the grate off.
It's screwed in.
The grate is stuck.
Well, I can't
Screwed in.
grappling hook it. Okay. Can you punch it open? I know you could hit things with your mage hand.
You give the force of a cantrip way too much credit. Silas is going to look
probably
around for maybe a box or two that we could stack up.
And at least from the offices and stuff, you could probably get like enough of like chairs and tables to make a platform up.
Yeah. Let's get a table and.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rusty up. Okay, you're on the table. Wolf, stand on top of Rusty, please. All right, and pick me up, please.
I go. You don't need to go. I can
Well, I
fit.
need to unscrew it. I don't want you to make a big racket.
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay. Try not to pull Wolf's pants down as you climb.
Ipos make no promises.
Okay. Once you get up there, you're gonna want to take a right, I believe. Then I'll flash a light underneath the door so you can at least see which grate you're going to be coming back down through. Here's a screwdriver. You know how this works, right?
Pointy bit go in little bit and spinny spin.
Yeah. Here's a monkey wrench too, in case it's a bolt instead of a. Yeah. Have fun.
That not monkey.
It's what it's called. It's not actually a monkey.
Oh.
It's a monkey wrench. It's a wrench used by monkeys.
Ah, okay.
I wish you the best of luck. Goodbye.
I do have to say, I'm now having flashbacks to last time Jortes was in the vent and how horrifically badly that went.
Yeah, suddenly we're gonna have a hole blown in a wall and an old vampire coming to our
Yep.
adventures.
And several ability scores at like 2 or less. I believe my charisma went down to 1.
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh god.
But Ipos
I
climbs up. The last thing you
I
see.
do not miss that guy.
I have a sort of weird love-hate relationship with missing him. But yeah, if Ipos climbs up, the last thing you see is him basically sticking the tools you gave him in his mouth to hold them before he crawls off.
Silas, do you have any soap?
Yes, I do believe
Thank you.
so. I also have some perfume if you wish.
That would be nice. I'm gonna need that after he gives me those.
Ipos in the vent. Thankfully, it appears like whatever ventilation system Anakapur has been running pretty steadily. It's not too dusty up here. Not any more dusty than like the house you're in.
Good.
It takes you probably like 5 minutes to like squeeze and wiggle along to the other vent in the room. Room inside
Wiggle.
Yes. Room inside is dimly lit. You do have your tools which you can use to unscrew the vent.
Woohoo! I unscrew it.
It's a decent drop down, but I think 10 feet if you jump with, the intention of jumping down, you don't take any damage, so.
Leave so if I roll high enough.
No.
Oh no, the first
An
10
intentional
foot's
fall
free,
is always 10 feet.
Yeah, and then it's acrobatics for the rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can drop down.
Does
Not
so.
that you're in any danger of knocking yourself down anyway. As you drop down, that terminal with a blue light suddenly, lights up.
Cool, shiny.
Hippos, open the door. Focus on shiny later. Come on, man.
Is it doing anything aside from just lighting up?
It is doing something. It appears to be loading something.
Hippos.
It's funny bars and words and stuff.
It could be calling friends.
Mm.
There's
Door.
indeed a loading bar.
Door. Use the door. Hippos, please.
He'll come over as soon as he can't understand the language properly, and it's only a progress bar at the moment. We'll come over and start undoing the chains and trying to lift the bar.
Oh, thank gosh. I'm assuming he can get it, right?
Yeah, it's easy enough to unchain when you're on the other side. And its carpet is fine. But as Epos manages to get the chain off, pull up the bar, and open the door, the terminal lights up, and a face forms. It's a very neutral, male-ish face, which, as it kind of sees the rest of you standing in the doorway, blinks at you.
Your 30-day
Hello.
trial has expired. Would you like to purchase WinRAR?
Eppos just looks at it and goes, "Hello."
Hi? I don't know how this works. Aaron's gonna approach the terminal.
It speaks a language you don't understand, appearing to pose a question, judging from its tone.
Eppos cycles through the languages he knows, asking it to repeat the question and seeing if it latches on to any of those languages.
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Sylvan, Druidic.
Draconic, Sylvan, Druidic. Draconic would actually work for this.
Draconic was that?
Yes.
Oh.
Language of Dragons is old. As you speak to it in Draconic, it says, hello. I am AAP-62.
AP. Well, at least Evan can understand this as well.
Oh, good. It has apps.
Oh dear.
That's great. What are you?
And Alana can understand, apparently. Good.
I am Information Assistant Platform 62. It has been a long time since I have seen anyone else.
How many
apparently
days?
I understand it. Cool. I didn't know I knew Draconic.
Give me a second. I need to open up a calculator. How many days are in a year?
365. Okay. Assuming this world's year is the same as ours.
Yeah.
Wait, that's divide. Fuck.
That's not quite right.
Do it right, J-Mac. Don't forget to account for leap years.
It has been 350,765 days since I have last seen sentient humanoid contact.
Ash is going to go ahead and write down that number. Could you, J-Mac?
I would if I didn't just clear it. It was like
It was basically like, what, 10.5 years?
Something like that. No. A lot more than that.
No.
Thank you.
100 and a bit years. Or 1,000 and a bit. 1,000 and a bit, that's it. 1,000 and a bit.
1,000 years. Okay, that's well, hi.
Hello.
Okay, you're not actually an AI. You're just actually just creating responses. Okay.
Not entirely true. I am capable of understanding, reasoning, and pulling up data. I may not have a complete personality, but I am cognizant.
Okay. Has your cognizance been damaged over these 1,000 years or so?
Negative. While many
Really?
have succumbed to corruption, I have been on standby.
Wow. Okay.
He not actually active whole time, so he no go broke.
That's good. I've never actually met an intelligence construct.
I have never met one of your short stature.
If Ippos does cackle at that.
Yeah, the world's been, pretty changed since 1,000 years ago. I don't even actually know. That halfling, kobold, Azamar, blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Cool. I don't actually know what to do with the situation.
Ask it for information you want.
I don't. There's a lot of information. I'm trying to figure out what questions I want to ask.
Can you help? Actually, hang on. I forget when Ippos is speaking Draconic, he can actually talk. He looks at it and says, "The languages have changed a lot since your day. Do you have anything that may help us translate your writings?"
I am afraid not. However, given enough samples of your language, I will be able to speak it myself. Otherwise, I can tell you any sample you give me of the language you do not understand.
Oh, can you at least translate it into Draconic then?
Yes.
That's good.
Do you have a children's school nearby where we might be able to learn your language?
Not nearby, no. However, I could provide instruction.
That's great. We don't plan on being here for the next month or so while we learn a language.
Do you have a portable version of you?
Unfortunately, no. However, I would not like to stay here either.
Okay, so what does that involve?
If possible, I could be loaded into any number of other creatures within this city.
Oh,
But
wait.
power is insignificant. I will need larger power source attached.
Ash, you got that green orb thing?
Yep.
What does this look like to you?
A conduit for the Earth energy. Sufficient, but adaptation will be required.
That I can do. All right.
Here you go,
So,
Aaron.
thank you. Just put it in Rusty's bag. That looks heavy.
Here you go.
Thank you. So I don't mean to alarm you, but most of the things in here seem big and stompy and look like they could crush me. I don't suppose you know of one that is, passive that I can sort of sneak up on and plug into.
I am afraid not. After the plague of black tears, my creator trapped me
No,
here.
back up. What?
The Plague of Black Tears, is that something to do with the strange goop we've been
Sludge.
finding and the apparition type things?
Most likely.
Give me details about the plague of black tears.
It came quick. Individuals would find themselves fatigued, headaches, shakes, paranoia. After a while, they would start to cry black ichor. After a long period of time, they would perish from exsanguination via the eyes.
That's horrifying. Okay, lovely.
Yes,
Is it possible that the disease could still be rampant within the cities? Or would it have burned out?
unclear. I am not pathological. Unit 53.
Oh, pathological unit 53. Is that a thing that we can go to?
Unlikely. Many have been corrupted, destroyed, targeted.
Targeted.
By what?
Unclear. I have been stuck here, but I hear something smash in other room. Not human, not living.
Yes, the other terminal got broken by something quite strong.
Was another one of your units in that room?
Yes,
That's okay. So we need to get you out of here so no one realizes that you're still a thing.
preferable.
Uh,
However, length of time suggests they have forgotten, given up, assumed all is well.
well, that's a
There-
good sign.
There was another town to the southwest where we found a terminal like you that was unpowered. Do you know anything about that?
Which 10? North? South?
South.
South.
Wait,
That would be.
wait. There's a town to the north. We're kind of on the edge of the mountain range.
Let me quickly pull you over to the map. Ah, fuck, it's so far away. Okay. Back over here. But what it means is there was a town you passed, and then there was a town all the way to the south.
Oh, right. So I thought it meant a town north of him.
No.
Right, so no, we mean the northern town. The northern of the two.
That would be Record Assistant 21.
It looked mostly intact, but unpowered, just so you know.
Strange.
Yeah, where can we get one of these orbs, but with the more lightning element?
Defense towers to the south, west, were loaded with artillery functions. Main element, light. Conversion from lightning, however significant.
Okay, well that's good to know. Is that the defense towers on the north-south part of the town that we're in, or part of the island?
Negative. The island.
Okay, that's a little bit less convenient. Um,
And it sounds dangerous.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
So this thing seems to have a lot of knowledge, and from what I've heard from Alana, you seem to be able to take it with us.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know how that works. Normally, intelligence require big fucking rooms of cogs and gears to do the logical things to be intelligent. This one says I could just like pull it out or something. I don't know how that works.
Well, considering I was able to detect true emotion from it, albeit very immature emotions, I have a feeling these people may have been a bit more advanced scientifically and magically.
I don't care how much scientifically or intelligent they are. They still need stuff to move. I mean, you've got a big
What?
computer in your fucking brain. I can't just pull that out.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, but it wouldn't do anything. It would
Are you
just
certain?
sit there. I'm fairly certain. I mean, I can't
I
think
don't
of a
know.
way that this would be a thing.
With enough necromancy, I'm sure we could get the brain to do things.
I will just take your word on that. I don't have a way of saying yes or no. Okay,
Oh, I
but
would
it does
never.
say it needs a form to be able to be, put into. I
You
don't
have those
have.
spider droids.
Alan, could you put it in Rusty?
No,
Oh,
You
not
have
only. I don't know if I can or not. I'm just not.
oh.
we do have those two little crab things.
Okay. Switching back to Draconic. APP one, whatever your number is. Does one of those little drone things work?
Sorry, you cut out. What was that?
Does one of those little drone things work for being put into?
It would be sufficient. However, disappointing.
I understand. So, okay. Um, did we pass one of those bigger constructs on the way here?
You would have passed a few. They're not that big. They're kind of humanoid shaped. They're just kind of, smashy.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's good then. We don't want a large-sized one.
All right. If we get you one of those bodies, you swear you won't kill us, right?
Ha ha. I have no reason for homicide, genocide, arsonide. That word
There's
does
a
not
lot more
exist. That
ides
is my
than
humor.
that. Just so you know, there's a lot more ides that you missed there, but I'm gonna just assume you lump that in. Okay.
Patricide, matricide,
But no, I have no reason to harm you.
insecticide,
I was not the
herbicide.
one who caused the fall of the city, of the country, of the
that
island.
that's good. I mean, it's not fallen; it's still walking, which is weird. But
For how long?
Yes. Do you know anything about the state of the island and why it's tilting so much?
Likely without proper maintenance over time. Pieces are falling apart. Need maintenance.
Any
yeah, I've noticed.
any idea how long it will last without maintenance until it just completely goes?
It kind of buffers for about 30 seconds. Unclear. Engineering was not my purpose. However, years. Many years.
Well, it's still moving after 1,000 years, so that's something. Okay. This is gonna suck, guys. Just so you know. Okay, I'm switching back to common. We need to get a body for this thing. Not one of those little drone things. Um, do you think we can just sort of tackle one of the big ones?
Are there not ones that were
Could-
asleep or inactive?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Could
Perhaps there is one nearby.
could be tricksy with it. Lure down little alley, then grab when away from others.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a plan. We have chains, so we can tie it up at least. And we know how to make it disabled for a little bit, so that's at least an option. This is gonna suck. I feel like it. Okay.
Potentially, but I'm certain Wolf will be able to hold him in place.
Can I get a shorter name other than APP numbers for you?
IAP.
IAP.
But you could suggest name yourself.
I don't know where to start on that.
In which case, just call me IAP.
IAP. Sure. All right. Um. Okay, guys. Do we have a plan for getting one of those things down?
Ipos can lure one down somewhere. Sneaky, noisy
Yes.
noise.
They seem slow, clumsy, and stupid, so it shouldn't be difficult to lure one, as you said. We should. They do not seem to be the most well balanced as well.
Okay, so we can maybe dump it down a hole.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, especially with the disrepair of this area, I'm certain there are holes that we could get it trapped in while you deactivate it.
There were these weird circle holes in the roads that like led down to a hole or something. I opened one up. It smelled terrible. So
Ah,
maybe I can trap one of those to make it when it steps on it, fall its leg.
Yes, that could work.
Okay. Okay, IAP. I think we have a plan. Um. Hey, Wolf, you think you're gonna be able to be strong enough to grab one for a little bit while we tie it up?
Right
Oh.
now.
Wolf, where'd he go? Yeah, whatever.
He's keeping watch at the moment. We will retrieve him in a little bit.
IAP. This room's barricaded up. Why?
When the plague occurred, havoc wreaked out. My creator, the sheriff, locked us in here. He has unfortunately passed.
That's unfortunate. Where's his body?
Meaning he's still here.
It kind of glitches for a second. Unclear.
Oh. Oh dear.
Uh,
Before we get that body, okay, everyone, close this room up. Clear it out, man. I want to make sure this place is clear before I start working on things.
yes, I think it would
It's
be
a-
best for us to actually rest for the day first, anyway.
It's a pretty small room. You can clear it easily.
If us not need to rest yet, could quick go out grab one.
I guess
You,
that's true. Actually.
uh,
We probably do have the stuff to be able to
I mean,
do that.
out of character, I have literally used nothing. I'm down 1 hit point, and that is it from everything.
yeah, actually, I'm feeling pretty sure that we can, I don't know, grab one and then bring it in here for the night.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's probably better.
Yo, Derek.
Derek?
Is
Hey,
your
buddy.
older stinted?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I think we're actually gonna actively need your help to bring this thing down and not break it.
Maybe.
Technically, I'm not supposed to help with you doing things. However, technically, this is also rescuing someone from the situation, so I guess it's sort of a grey area.
I mean, it's your
Of
call.
course, yeah. This is you. This is you doing this of your own accord. This isn't part of our explorations. Our explorations led us here, yes, but
Well, on the cord still technically gets me in trouble if I do something wrong.
it will be fine. No one will have to know that you helped us.
Yes,
Right.
we do all the hard work. You just help hold down.
Yeah.
Worry not. I will gladly take the glory for your contribution.
That's definitely something who's trying to convince someone of something would say.
Of course, we will know you did so much work to help us.
Are you
No one
gonna be
else
heavy
will.
or not?
I'll step in should things look to be too much for you to have.
Oh, you
I'll
bastard.
pay you.
Okay.
I'm not. Well, no.
Let's just go do this. He's not gonna budge.
Just quick.
It's
One thing,
yes.
just quick. Switching back to the conic. IAP. These constructs that we're going to get. Do they have any way of long-range communication with their colleagues, or is it literally just noise we have to worry about?
Noise primarily. There is limited communication between the non-cognizant creations.
So if we deactivate one and bring it here, no, it won't have any ability to send a beacon to the others to say, things are here, come smash them.
Indeed. Should you keep quiet, no reinforcements will arrive.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Dark's back.
Alright, Wolf, I'm gonna need you to tackle a big robot.
Huh?
Yeah, try not to get disemboweled. We need to bring one into this room.
Mm-hmm.
Need it not broken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Found funny talky terminal thing and going to put it inside big construct thing and take with.
Yeah. IAP, we're gonna borrow some chains.
It gives you an emoji, thumbs up emoji.
That's disconcerting. Okay.
What about an ancient quotation mark civilization has emoji?
Yeah. More that Aaron has never seen emojis before.
Ah.
Okay. Let's give this a whirl.
Though, well, technically you have a lot of resources back. We'll probably end for now just because, well, imagine Tinder, do you have work tomorrow?
I do not.
People are good for it, we could continue going.
Yeah, we'll give this up.
I could probably go for like another 50 minutes to an hour at most.
That should be enough for a single combat.
I mean,
Unless-
I'm hoping it doesn't even come to a combat. I'm hoping
What,
we
are we
just
not
get the
doing
drop
our
on this
other
thing.
game tomorrow?
We are? As far as I know, we are.
That's just because usually Tinder needs to work, so that's usually why we got this. I have a token. That is a good question. So your plan for trying to obtain a golem is basically find one, lure it down an alleyway, have people grab it, and
Yeah, make it step in a manhole
Mhm.
cover that's been trapped so it falls through, and falls through so like one of its legs falls through, and then we jump.
Yes. And my basic plan for luring it is I have spell-like ability of ghost sound. I can make a small sound to lure it down this place.
And I can use my mage hand in order to stop it from making noise. Like, stop it from sort of vocalizing its distress.
Silas, that's not how robots work. They don't actually need like air in their mouths or
No,
anything. They
no,
just
of course
speak.
not. But my mage hand can worm its way pretty deep.
That's disconcerting.
I did that.
Oh dear.
Sadly, there is no adults here.
Silas is probably your closest thing. It's like 17.
I am
Good enough, he's
56.
older.
Rose is 56.
Okay.
Ipos
In
is
which case-
12.
Jesus.
Also, everyone have a moment of greatness.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yay,
shit.
morale bonuses that I don't
I
have.
am great.
I'm already the
okay,
greatest.
It's mostly for Wolf, but still, it's important for you to have. Later on, whenever I can actually give people morale bonuses myself, you're going to
I
enjoy.
feel awesome.
But Aaron is think of constructing a trap for it, basically. Yeah. Do you
Yes.
have craft trap or anything?
No.
Okay. What skill are you proposing instead, Ben?
I was gonna say sleight of hand to hide an object, to hide the fact that the manhole cover is kind of open-esque, so he slips his leg through.
So rather than setting a trap, more just like, oh, wait,
Adjusting the
this
environment
isn't-
so he has the potential of
Yeah.
fucking up. Yeah.
So yeah, rather than being like, aha, I have mechanism, it's more just this isn't on properly.
Then we force it down, we bind it up, and
Yep, Erin can sneak out there. So basically, she's just putting on a manhole cover, but having it be like offset. So like if someone were to step in it, they just fall down.
Yeah.
Is the goal just to get him into an enclosed space, or is it to like?
just so his leg is fallen down, so he's technically counts as prone, so we can jump on him.
Right. Okay, I see. So getting him caught rather than having fall down.
yeah, enough to give us an advantage and surprise to jump it.
Aaron will also spend a point of inspiration and a bit of alone time with a chain, and
Oh my.
make it a +1. Because she doesn't know how strong these things are.
Fair enough. I mean, if you also wanted, you could spend some, or in on of engineering, could spend some time watching one and try and figure out its capabilities.
Oh, yeah, I suppose I'll do that too. These things are weird. 17. These are
Okay.
a little bit more complicated.
It seems to be again this main template of clockwork creature thing, but more. These ones appear to also be not really directly for combat, but these perhaps were like more for construction. A lot of them have, instead of hands, have like hammers. Some have pickaxes. Some have other like pointy implements.
Let's not grab the one with the pickaxe. Let's let him go past.
They also have this ability that none of them appear to be using, but basically they can kind of fold into part of the city, basically becoming part of a floor or part of a wall, basically becoming inert and inactive.
Okay. So they've got
okay.
stations, effectively. But if it becomes inert and inactive, then, yeah, better for us. Alright,
Okay.
then.
Other than that, yep, pretty strong, not very dexterous. Probably if you were to, it's mainly tanky actually. It has a lot of hit points. Most of you probably survive a hit, except Silas and Ash.
Yeah, that's why.
Me two probably get knocked out.
Go team squish.
Tis for life. Okay, so Aaron's setting up that. Has anyone else got any ideas on how to help?
Like I say, Ipos is going to use his Ghost Sound spell-like ability to do the actual luring down the alleyway, which he can do from a nice, safe position, and it doesn't create any sound himself, it just creates the ghost sound. So it shouldn't be lured towards him. Other than that, once it's down, he's going to try and do the similar thing that he did to the drone to like overload it and shut it down. I don't know if you want anything for any of that.
I will when everything has went through.
Right.
Chances are it'll be a UMD to attempt to manipulate.
Ooh, fun.
God.
Roll a 1 and it explodes. Okay, anyone else?
I mean, roll a 2 and it explodes, roll a 1 and I explode.
Silas is basically just going to be using mage hand stuff to help trip people up, so CMB, I guess.
So just a case of when it's actually happening.
Yeah.
And we're just looking for like any pre-planning shit.
Does Wolf, Alana, or Ash have any plans on how to help with the setup?
Not
Not with
particularly.
the setup, no.
Admittedly, I doubt many of you prepared with the idea of, oh, we have to trap this thing today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Well,
have anything for trap making. I don't have knowledge engineering.
Okay. Unless anyone else has got a shout at a thing. You can find a very, well, probably a tight enough alley, in which chances are someone will basically have to volunteer to be the get it close enough to the alleyway for Epos to use his ghost send to get attracted. Unless,
I mean, I can
Epos,
do
how
it
many
a
times
couple.
can you use the
I
ghost send?
believe I can do it twice. Give me
I
give me
can
a second.
I can use bluff to create a distraction
That's true.
That bit it was from
and just
a racial.
find a can or a bottle, give it a toss.
Yeah,
Just
twice
go,
per
huh,
day.
what was that?
In which case, I'd say, yeah. Ash, if you want to be the main quotation marks bait and have set up for Epos, roll me a bluff.
Bluff. That was terabad.
Do you have anything to help?
I do not believe I have me a reroll.
Sadly, not a Tauren. Oops. Well,
Oh, you know what I do have?
what do you have?
I have pyrotechnics.
Oh, right, you're an Asimar.
Remember, we don't want to draw in too much from too far around.
That is very true.
But if you wanted to use that, because otherwise what's going to happen here is you'll take a bit of damage as you just generally have to run away from it. But it would...
Wolf could always be a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I did volunteer for this and I have my healing hacks, so chances are I probably won't get knocked unconscious.
I mean, probably better for Wolf to honestly be the one punched in the face. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Wolf wants to take the hit for you, get down, Mr. President, sure.
I mean, Wolf's kind of the only. Let's be honest, Wolf's the safest person to take the hit.
Otherwise, you could consume your pyrotechnics for a smoke cloud and so you get away scot-free, and then Epos can use his ghost send to attract it.
Actually, I do like that idea because then it'll be like alert to like, hey, I saw something that shouldn't have been here. Hey, I hear something that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I'm going over there.
And
Let's do that.
And by the rules of Ghost Sound, I can make the sounds of footsteps running away, like sounding like they're getting further away.
Yeah, you just can't make intelligible send, like speaking.
No, but
Yeah,
footsteps
let's
aren't
do this
intelligible.
plan. This
You
sounds
can
like
make unintelligible speaking, such as called shouting.
Yes, general noise, yes.
So Ash eats up their pyrotechnics, Epos uses ghost send, and it charges off thinking Ash went down the hall, or the alleyway. Aaron's 20...
Did that use both of my charges? Ghost Sound?
Nah, just one.
Okay.
It's basically a case of Ash does risky thing, uses resource to get out of it, and then you use your thing.
Mm-hmm.
As it charges down the alleyway, indeed, actually, let's see, what's his perception? Not good enough that it can pass the sleight of hand. But good nat 20.
Nat 20s are not an auto success.
And no, it failed.
It's fun when it's like that. Yes, as it kind of charges down, it's not paying attention. Its foot goes onto the manhole cover, and I imagine the manhole cover just kind of goes whew into the air as it like half of its body falls down into it and it's on the floor.
Whew.
Good. Silas then kicks into action and tries to silence it with a mage hand dirty trick. And he's going to be using self-assurance on this.
As Ipos runs up to try and overcharge it.
23.
Yep. You can basically create a layer of force, I guess, around it stopping any sound
Yeah.
from escaping its mouth.
Rusty's gonna just stand on it.
Fair enough. Apos, give me UMD.
Ooh, that's the worst I've ever rolled.
Ironically,
No.
not a 1.
Not a 1, it was a 2.
Oh, Rusty also gets knocked off.
It won't stop me.
Wolf.
Everyone's just
Someone's
dogpiling
gotta
it
stop
and
it.
failing.
As a free action.
Oh, remember, it's prone, so all of those like CMB checks get a +4.
Yes.
I've heard nothing's been good.
I still fail.
But anyway, as a free action, I will go into I will go into excitement filled blood,
Yay. Excitement.
and then I shall go ahead to I shall go ahead to try and grapple this. Wow, Alana's
never
doing well.
mind.
You know what? That's fine.
Wolf can now
She's-
pin.
Yeah, she's grappled. I'm going to pin it so it's completely helpless.
Nat 1, Nat 1, Nat 1.
I am also going
You'd
to
want it to
expend.
be good.
I'm also going to expend moment of greatness to double my brave bonus.
Fair enough. You actually have a morale bonus.
Yes.
And for another try.
Which technically means for this one roll, JMac, my strength is 20. Wait.
Then
Oh, my strength is 22, I think, for this roll. Let me check.
you could probably only fail like on a 4, considering it's prone as well.
Yeah, my strength counts as 22. This is including the.
Yep, you managed to pin it down, then.
Somehow, I'm not sure how Alana, with her strength, does this.
It's a scarf, not her. Trust me.
It's,
So basically,
it's
scarf
just
pulling it
wrapped
from one
around.
direction and me grabbing it from the other direction.
In WWE, this would definitely be illegal.
That's okay.
Hit him with a chair!
I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, as a representative of the mixed martial arts society, I think this is completely legal.
WWE. Okay, you have this thing pinned down. It is silenced for now. Question is, do you want Epos to try and disable it, or do you just want to chain it up and drag it with you?
Let's get Erin on top of it and see if she can sort of pull its brain chip thing, whatever it's gotten here. And everyone's on standby
Basically,
ready.
I'd say it's
zap
up
it.
to Aaron. If she
Yeah, I'm
thinks she
gonna
can shut
attempt
it
to get
down,
on.
then good.
Yeah, I'll try to get on this thing. I don't have any like abilities to do this. Can I just roll like craft?
Yes. Jab it in the face.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah, she just whacks it with a wrench.
Bonk.
I'm not sure a winch would be applicable with silversmith artistry.
Aaron, you do indeed find where its core would be. However, the issue is now you have to get it out. Rather than
Okay.
people, if someone rather than trying to pin it, we can attempt a CMD to pull out or a CMB to pull out the thing, as if you're doing a disarm or steal maneuver.
Alternatively,
I'm not
I
strong
could
enough
just
to do this.
alternatively
Pull
I could
here.
just fry it again.
Okay. I pull it out.
Prismelody
you?
pulls it out.
Yay.
So, as Prismelody pulls it out, her fingers are kind of a bit shocked. Doesn't hurt too much, but the golem falls still, collapsing to the halfway down the manhole, halfway to the floor.
Okay. Now I need you guys to pick it up like properly. You can't drag this. It's gonna be loud.
Okay. Well, then we
Yep.
should probably get it on Rusty.
Prismelody offers to help Wolf and Rusty carry it.
I will catch
Okay.
my breath for a few seconds and then I'll start carrying it.
Well done.
Good.
Now we should be able to lock ourselves into there, and we'll rest for the night, and you can work on that.
I will. It likely will take a long time. I
That
don't
should
know.
be fine.
I need to teach myself this entire situation. It's not gonna be quick, but I can.
Didn't you need a golem core?
Yeah. By the way,
Valid.
keep that. Don't throw it away.
Prismelody just puts it in Rusty's bag.
Hippos looks like he's slightly sulking that his thing didn't work. It's the first time that's failed me.
Better than it failing every time.
Apparently these larger constructs are just better grounded.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. They have better anti-surge protection.
Well, I mean, admittedly, surge protectors are supposed to be replaced every couple of years. These haven't been replaced in thousands of years.
Very true, yes.
Not making him feel any better.
You can manage to drag back this medium golem, I guess, chassis now back to the sheriff's office.
Hey, IPA,
IAP.
IAP, yeah, whatever it is. Got you a gift.
Ah, this is much better than the golem drones.
The what drones?
The little drones with the tools and the casting.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, okay. You're gonna need to tell me what to pull out and put in. I don't.
I will be able to assist.
Thank you. Also, that translating of that orb thing. What's the endeavor for that?
I will be able to assist.
Okay.
Which is probably where we will end the session tonight. Which, as I said last time, congrats,
Ding.
guys. You've discovered
Ding,
stuff.
ding.
You will indeed
Hooray.
ding.
Yay,
There
dinging.
is another side to the city.
Secret
Underground
Perhaps even
city.
more in the underground caverns.
Oh God, this is a multi-layered map.
Oh
It
no.
is. However, not as multi-layered as you'd think,
It is a second layer.
pretty much. The second layer is also largely barren.
Yeah.
You'll find out why, perhaps.
I'm a roll for my HP.
You fool.
Don't do it.
Polygon reveal doesn't work out with
I mean, we're not on Polygon map now anyway.
I know, but I'm trying.
How much
We
health
ding?
should I get? Yes,
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 we ding.
we
Yeah,
did.
we ding.
We did ding.
Should I roll for Hippos' HP?
I have a bab now.
It's a
Saucy you
D8.
film.
Hooray, I also have a bab now.
Also,
Also, I
we're
learned a new cantrip.
also, we're resting overnight, so heal up.
Yeah, and regain
Yay.
pool.
Yes.
Do I roll for my HP?
How lucky are you, filmed?
I think
don't know.
I think I'm
How is
going
went
to.
precisely?
I'm not a frontliner on this character. HP
Hey.
isn't as important. Let's see.
Yeah,
Hey!
guess that's- you know, I guess that's true.
If
I am a
boss,
frontliner,
if boss
so
is
I'd
up to
be sad if I
16.
rolled like
I
bad,
got
but this is
half
fine.
anyway.
Team 3.
Yay.
Hey, J-Mac.
Yes.
I now have more rounds of rage.
Oh lord. What are you at now? Like 13?
One moment, let me do the calculation. I jumped from 11 rounds to 14 rounds.
Oh jeez.
Now, are we doing that weird stepping?
Yes. So you only
Okay.
level up in your first class.
Okay.
So you get
And
second
that's,
level
and
whatever
that third level
balanced.
will gain both.
All right.
Our level
I
in
can't remember
Aladdin.
what one you were, because you're both Alchemist and Inquisitor.
Yes,
I guess it doesn't matter all too much for you.
Not Inquisitor. Definitely not
Investigator.
Inquisitor.
No, not
That's-
Inquisitor. Investigator. Same thing.
I'm
They both start with I.
prime. I'm prime alchemist.
Oh yeah, I get my
So
detect
you
thoughts
get-
once per day.
Yes, you do.
I have
You're
a
right,
whole
fucking minds
bab
now.
now.
Yeah.
You're a proper psychic.
I'm prime alchemist because I want to make sure Rusty levels up. Yeah,
Oh, you get a discovery roll.
I do. Which I have no idea what to take, other than maybe the unique discovery for Rusty.
Oh, you don't trade away your second level discovery?
No, I just trade away everything else.
You get a Gen 4th level discovery.
I have a whole bab now.
Yeah.
I also get Woodland Stride, apparently.
Yeah.
Did I trade that away? I don't think I traded that away.
It's rare for things to actually trade that away, which
And no, I didn't.
is a bit meh. So
I mean, it's not the worst ability to have. It's not the best ability to have.
yeah. Oh, I don't get another spell now. Dang it! Other than I get a cantrip or a knack.
Unless you want to spend your favorite class bonus to get more cantrip.
I mean, I could. As we talked about, psychic has a lot of knack to look at.
Yeah.
So what do I get?
Okay, I do actually still get a bab. I get less bab than I normally would because I'm a phase speaker. But I do still get a bab this level.
Yeah.
Essentially, my druid bab progression is the same as a sorcerer's bab progression.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
You know, actually, in this campaign, days is actually a reasonable one to grab.
Yeah. For the most part, you could even be facing stuff with hit dice level or hit dice 4 or lower at 6th level. Maybe
Yeah.
a lot of them, but still could happen.
Same as
Yeah.
things like sleep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually pick up days then.
Sleep is ridiculously overpowered for this kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to head off then.
All right, see ya.
Night.
Bye bye.